welcome back. It's Nightfall Games. You're here again? We love it. Thank you to our new subscribers over the last month. Welcome. This is where we play and occasionally talk, and other things take place too, so you may enjoy that. For now, it's me, Lord of Best, and Glockenspeel.
Brought back from the dead. Resurrected as this franchise has been, or this new franchise, as it would seem.
We're going to take a look at some of the recent content that's upcoming in various franchises. Let's start with the Rings of Power. Should we watch the trailer and then
I'd rather put it up as long as I have to be honest. Yeah, let's get some preface going before we go in. I don't want to watch this.
Let's see this. Let's show the audience.
Haven't you ever wondered what else is out there? There's wonders in this world beyond our wandering. I can feel it.
The biggest sigh, if you can imagine, just the biggest and the longest sigh. But then I wouldn't even want to give it that.
Why?
So,
what is it that makes it seem like it's going to be so shit? That's what we need to identify.
I'll tell you exactly what it is. I'll tell you exactly what it is. Is that it somehow has to do everything that the original did while looking better, more modern, slicker, and just overall just more impactful. That's why everything these days just looks fake. It's because they try and take, and the comments, I've already said this on the YouTube video for sure, but it has this fakeness to it. It's like it's too good to be true. And it will never live up to that expectation, and we know that. We just know that it won't, because it's building on something that is already so valuable to us that there's no way it could ever replace it. That's just me personally. But I can go through, and I was thinking how it tries to, let's say, upstage the original. So epic views of big cities already.
So, what is this? This is Numenorian. We've played enough Battle for Middle-earth to know that architecture implicitly. So this is some, Gondorian, Numenorian kind of thing, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely human. Got the ships there as well. Don't get me wrong, the design is beautiful. I will give it that, hands down.
So they've literally licensed the production design from Peter Jackson's franchise for the purposes of this show.
But the thing is, the world could look as good as it could look perfect. But if I don't care about the characters that are in it, they might as well be Hollow or something else.
Well, this is just it, isn't it? Which is the original Lord of the Rings looked pretty as the addition to great characterization and a timeless story. So they have the rights to the Silmarillion. I've read through half of the Silmarillion now, and there's definitely a TV show in there for sure. It's got the base principles of what's taking place, and there's a lot of room for what to do in between that. But then you've got to ask, can you really write a story that lives up to Tolkien in Tolkien's world?
Based off of his work?
Yeah, exactly.
It should be possible. Maybe, but just don't give it to two new guys who don't have much experience. Maybe they're too malleable. They can be molded too easily, right? They haven't got much of a backbone to stand up to a massive company. So that's probably why they were poor. They'll just use these guys. They'll do whatever we want them to. right? And they don't really know. They really care. I don't even know why they're trying to push these kind of agendas. So many dislikes on a YouTube clip. Like, how has that become something that you'd want? I don't understand what the focus is here.
The feedback to these things have been so negative that YouTube disabled the ability to see how many dislikes there are on a video. I mean, isn't that just censorship of free speech? Like,
isn't the whole point is that you'd want to have both sides? Why would you want to disable them, or at least give people the option? I mean,
what do they have to hide?
People do have the option, but it's just not advertised.
What do they have to hide? You know? Have you found yourself wondering about the antler men in Middle Earth?
I mean, let's just talk about how incredibly impractical that would be for a second. Look at it. Pause it there. First of all, the CGI looks terrible. It's just flat textures over a beautiful landscape. Two people as well, evoking the original. Again, two people say, oh, look, let's take Frodo and Sam, but somehow they have to be better. Let's slap these massive CGI antlers on them. That's just better, instantly. It's just, you see...
I'm not sure what those are meant to be, really. I don't remember the antler men so far. But, all good, you know, all good. So, you know, yep, they've got this nice... There's a forest...
It's to protect them from fans. That's what it's supposed to do. I don't know.
So what's this then? Is this a Hobbit?
It looks like it's some kind of Narnia.
This looks like a nativity play to me. Is this not a nativity play to you? Look at the production quality.
I don't understand what the expression is in her face. What is she reacting to exactly? Is she looking at someone? Is she looking? Is she just thinking? What? And then she smiles after hearing voices in her head.
Like a scared smile, and then it withdraws as she. I don't.
What's that supposed to tell us? That's the first human face that we've seen.
It doesn't.
From this new Tolkien world, and I can't even determine what expression or emotion it's supposed to tell me.
I think the issue is just a void of charisma. There's nothing. Yeah, what is this? Before the king.
This is the face of Josh's name Bezos. Once he got the rights to Lord of the Rings, that was the look on his face, that little smile, and then the scared look.
Scared look when he realised the masses would find out. You know, this shot I love. Okay, because
hero.
if I was hanging off an ice mountain from a knife, I would probably look a little more like concerned than that. I would also.
She got any grip? How has she got any grip? She's wearing metal gauntlets.
Metal gauntlets.
If you had leather, maybe you would have a little bit of grip. But I don't understand that.
Look how happy she is.
Looking up, not in any turmoil or trouble whatsoever.
Dude, I get knackered after doing a couple of pull-ups. Yeah, climbing an ice mountain with a knife, with metal gauntlets. You're right, and wearing chainmail.
Just look up at the camera, and we'll make the rest of it look amazing.
That's it, isn't it? Which is the whole trailer smacks of movie trailerness, whereas the original Lord of the Rings was people in circumstances that were trialing them. Like Aragorn when he falls off that mountain in the second film, man, off that hill after the warg attack, he's fucked.
He's
wasted, man. Like, look at this lady. She does this every 2 days, and she's not even hench. It's like her first time doing this.
No struggle.
So there's been an enigmatic.
Before the Fellowship, there you go. Before, it's like the only reference. Like, they're quick, get a reference into the old
remind them of things they like. So there's someone on a raft.
From before that.
This guy. Catching the arrow.
Okay, so this is what I was thinking at the time. It's like, remember those slow motion things that Legolas used to do? Well, now he's got loads of arrows and he's going to grab one, and it's just that didn't define the, Legolas. I want to go back and see if you can see that in the trailer. But don't get me wrong, he did a lot of cool slow motion things, maybe too many. I'll admit that. But then with this, it's just that wasn't make him do something else or show an emotion, for God's sake.
The color palette's got some problems as well. It's very flat. Like, look how flat everything is, man.
It's true. Yeah.
I tell you what,
Yeah.
it looks like I filmed this on my SLR. No joke. Yeah, this is like the kind of movie I could do on my budget. For real.
How many billions?
This is the most expensive TV show ever made.
For the Ring. There he is. It's now.
So it's meant. I think that might be Elrond. That might.
There he is.
There's going to be a young Elrond in this.
At this stage, I don't know. Okay, some nice force action, always good. Again, very reminiscent of a certain scene from the first Fellowship of the Ring.
So, Gondorian. I mean,
it's got some kind of horn on it. I'm not sure how I feel about that, but whatever. Yeah, I like the horse armor. Horse armor's always good. You pay more to see the one with horse armor.
Is this the Ice Cliff lady?
I think this is a
dramatic turn.
Isn't that a bloke? No, no, maybe not. Well, this is just generic Monster 3. It's, what is it about all enemies or monsters looking the same these days?
A new legend begins. A dwarf?
So this is a dwarf. This is a dwarf. That's not a dwarf.
Not very good at pausing. So this looks super Game of Thrones like this one.
Yeah. This is definitely that. Yeah.
And there's like a naked Gandalf scene, or Gandalf's orgy pit, deep in the mountain. Have you wondered? I've wondered. Perhaps it's so.
Play it. It doesn't really give us much, does it? Something being smashed.
They break a rock. The guy jumps. And then there's this.
Yeah, nice one. That was good.
Yeah, then there's this. So this battle scene, I don't know what it is about it that keeps rubbing me up the wrong way. There we go.
It rattles onto that. What would that be?
Like
sulfur? Was he some kind of volcano? This guy looks. Yeah, he's not in a good day.
I think part of my issue with this trailer is every character we've been shown so far, with the possible exception of the dwarf, looks incredibly young. And in Lord of the Rings, there was variation in the ages of the characters, so you could believe they were at different stations in life.
Seriously? That's true. That's a fair point. Again, just the way it's shot.
It's a nativity play.
You know what it is? Is that also, I believe, in the original, like I can feel the fact that they're in a helicopter flying over these places, but in this,
it's way more The Hobbit than Lord of the Rings. For sure.
Well, that's the thing. It's got that sheen to it. It's too slick. There's a certain thing about the originals that it was filmed a certain way. And even just the grain and everything, it just added to the fact that it was its own place.
Game of Rings.
Game of Rings. And Power. Brought to you by Prime.
Included with Prime. They love the word Prime now. We started that, guys.
We started.
Should we compare that trailer to the first Fellowship of the Ring?
I thought you would never ask. Thank you. Yes, I'd love to. So we've seen that a few times now. I'm curious as well. Now, obviously, the one is a film, but you could argue that the budgets are, you can't afford to get back into that. Amazon has so much money that they're throwing at this.
But not enough for decent writers, apparently.
So they've done an entire first season. I guess they did the original trilogy. They filmed all of those together. Good on them. That's probably never going to happen again. But hey.
So this is the original first trailer for Fellowship of the Ring.
Nostalgic. It looks old, even though it wasn't even that long ago. 20 years difference. Well, you say that. 2000s to the 80s. atmosphere.
Legend tells of a ring.
Okay, already. Can we just pause it? Can we just pause it right now already?
Should we watch it and then go through it? I haven't seen this in ages, but
Go on then. Go on. I'll give you the satisfaction. Let's do it.
Wearer the power to enslave the world. Believed lost for centuries. It has now been found. Is it secret? Is it safe? This is the One Ring, forged by the Dark Lord Sauron. Sauron needs only this ring to cover all the lands of a second darkness. He's seeking it. Seeking it all. His thought is bent on it.
No one knows it's here, do they? Do they, Gandalf?
The weapon of the enemy is a gift. Let us use it against him.
You cannot wield it. None of us can.
The ring must be destroyed.
It was made in the fires of Mount Doom. Only there can it be unmade.
I know what I must do, but I'm afraid to do it.
One does not simply walk into Mordor.
There is no other way. There's something down there. Precious.
Are you frightened?
Yes.
Not nearly frightened enough.
so awesome.
It's so awesome.
So
Really
awesome.
amazing. It's brilliant. It's
It's such
Just
a good
watching that,
trailer.
it's so much better. Just in every way.
Every way, you know what's going on, but you don't.
Yeah,
Everyone's
brilliant.
like completely in the zone. They look realistic for where they're coming from. Like,
No slow motion, like lingering. I think it's the fact that they linger so much on the slow motion. Throw it in a little bit every now and again, but don't show that shit. Look, so straight away they show literally the exact opposite. They show us nothing. They give us no city, no nothing. They show us this barren fucking whole expanse of landscape, and your mind just goes crazy with the narration over the top. Literally, they show us nothing here, and then suddenly, is it secret? Is it safe? You're invested from this point onwards. You're shown emotion. You're told about the ring straight away. Flashes of the film. Why not throw that in?
I mean, let's look at that narration as well, man, because it's all useful for the audience to understand what's going on and
Absolutely.
to place context and character onto what we're seeing. Whereas the trailer for the Amazon series is just utter wank. Like, there's wandering beyond our wondering. Great. What?
Here I know what the stakes are, who these, what's happening. It's power corrupts, or none of this, before the sequel.
Before the stuff you like
Yeah.
was the stuff you have
This
no
is the
idea
stuff.
you dislike yet.
Yeah, exactly. Look at that shot, exactly. You get a good
Sense of
idea.
mystery,
Yeah.
traditions, ancient lore.
Just takes its time as well with the pacing. Give it time to breathe. And then,
Character, tension,
my precious, yeah, there it is.
production design.
Oh, music. And the music choice of this era, especially this time in movies, was great. Think Lion King, think that kind of time. It was good. Using a lot of percussion and drums. It wasn't all electronic. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but the use of orchestra. But somehow, it's cool. It's awesome.
So awesome.
The trilogy begins in winter. Winter came and is gone. Too good. Oh no, you had to.
I mean, so showing off the budget.
Wait, go back. Sorry, she says something. I actually want to listen to what she's saying.
Oh, really?
No, but is there anything?
Wonders
Fair
in
enough.
this world. Haven't you ever wondered what else is out there?
So generic.
There's
No.
wonders in this world beyond
Just-
our wandering.
So, have you ever wondered what this place could be like? Yeah, we neither. We as well. Yes, we don't know what it could be as well.
For
Or
the
the king.
nativity.
Okay, king. Before the king, before the fellowship. Just we know it's all been set here. Is it teaser?
Yeah, we saw that. It was called The Hobbit. For the ring.
Yeah. It's yeah,
Underwhelming.
Yeah. Are they going to have a main
Underwhelming.
trailer? Are they, yeah, I'm guessing they will.
As a teaser, it tells me. So as a teaser, yeah, we can't expect it to like tell us everything that's going on, but I mean, it announces that there's a show that's being made. It's
Just not much tension, that's the thing.
It's got some nice effects. It's got some very bad direction and poor production values.
Again, the
bad
idea
casting.
of that is very cool, but just the execution. Nah.
Wishy-washy
That's the thing.
cinematography.
The bigger question is, how much bias can I expect here? Should I give it a chance or no? I don't know about that. But then what could convince me?
Dude, like, yeah, exactly. Perhaps something that just shows that care and attention's been put into every aspect. Yeah, something that they are proud enough to stand behind it and say, look, this is the Rings of Power. We're going to do this different stories about the people who took the Rings of Power, right? And their stories, and they're all going to interweave. Problem is, everyone is super young. It just doesn't make any sense. Everyone in the world, you just didn't have that in Peter Jackson's thing. I don't know, man.
Clean. It looks too clean for me. It looks like a mannequin or something. So there's no emotional investment or attachment.
Yeah. This I hate. Okay, this is the worst bit for me. It just looks so cheap. Yeah. So
There's
much
nothing in the
budget. Look
background.
how
It doesn't
cheap
say
it is.
anything. So there's this poor person. I was like, I just don't get it. It's just, I don't know.
Well, that's been, I guess, our reactions to the Lord of the Rings, the Rings of Power. We think it looks shit. I'm calling it. I don't know why. I can't really place it, and we will look at the next trailer with a semi-unbiased eye, but for the time being, it just doesn't give a feeling of satisfaction, and it doesn't give, I don't know, a sense of wonder. It just gives me a sense of
tension and narrative. It's too wishy-washy. Doesn't really have a
tensionless.
point.
Yeah, tensionless, man.
So let's see if we can find any agency in the next one. That could be good.
We
Let's,
hope you're
to
listening,
expect
Alison.
it.
We really do. Because it would be a shame to fuck this up. But yeah, that's been our reaction. Enjoy.